Okay, so I wanted to talk about Annabelle's injury that I have been hinting towards in my last video and on like all of my social medias, um, but I have not like actually addressed it on YouTube. Besides like mentioning it in my last video and linking my Instagram account where I addressed it to my YouTube account. Either way though, I was thinking about just telling this story in a vlog and posting the photos, incorporating it into a vlog, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to give it its own individual little video. I think that way I can get a little more in-depth, and hopefully I do not ramble. I have a huge problem at doing that. So we went to Bull Shoals, Arkansas, and, we were camping at the White River State Park, like the National State Park there, and it was supposed to be a week trip, and then the weekend, because we were supposed to leave on Friday, so we got there Friday night, and then we were supposed to leave the following Friday and go to Marshfield, Missouri to visit family for that weekend, and then come back to Kansas on Sunday. And, we went down there, as you guys saw in my previous video. It was kind of a bumpy start, but it was fun for the most part, and it happened on the third day that we were there. Third day there, and I think that was Monday. I want to say it was Monday. Monday evening is when it happened, and the day was normal. We went to the lake. This was our second time going to the lake. We went to the lake that evening, or that afternoon, I guess, after Annabelle had napped in the car on our drive to the lake. So the way the lake is, and I'm gonna try to insert some pictures probably periodically through here. The way the lake is, where the swimming area is. It's right where boats go in and out. So there's the cement platform that goes quite a ways into the actual lake itself, and that's where people swim, and right where that platform stops, it's like a 3 to 4 inch drop to uneven gravel, and I was primarily with Annabelle during most of the swimming, and then when me and Dakota, we had Sea-Doos there. Me and Dakota went to go take a turn on the Sea-Doos because I had never been on them before. And you could not get him off the Sea-Doos that day. He was enjoying himself too much. Either way, we were on the Sea-Doos, and we had left Dakota's stepmom, so Annabelle's grandma. We left her with Bella. Bella was in safe hands. Bella had a life jacket on, but she really didn't like it, so the life jacket was off. But I mean, they were in shallow water. It was where the water was probably to Annabelle's knees or like her hips, that kind of area. The water wasn't deep, and I wasn't worried about her safety. And I'm still not worried about her safety with anyone, really. It's just Annabelle's very accident prone. I'm going to start by saying that she's very accident prone. So, I guess while we were off on the Sea-Doos doing our thing, we would occasionally come back, see if anyone else wanted to ride in the Sea-Doos, and while we came back to the swimming area with the Sea-Doos just to see who else wanted to ride, I would check on Annabelle, and kind of ask her grandma if she wanted to switch out, or if she wanted me to watch Annabelle for a while, and she was fine with watching Annabelle, which I really appreciated that, and I made sure to tell her that. But right before we were about to go put the Sea-Doos back, I had noticed that Annabelle and Grandma had gone up and sat on the, I don't know if I'd even call it a beach, but like out of the lake. They were out of the lake, they were sitting in a chair. Annabelle looked like she was sleeping, she was wrapped up, sitting with Grandma. So I thought, okay, maybe she just got tired, because it was about that time. Well, we load up the Sea-Doos to go and leave, to go back to the campsite to have dinner for the night, and shower, all that good stuff. And when I went to go get Annabelle from Grandma, she explained to me how Annabelle had kind of ran, while they were in the shallows, water to her knees and hips. Annabelle had ran and kind of like slipped off of the cement platform and kind of like seemed to have twisted her leg. But she said that Annabelle like got up a little, kind of ran and fell again and said, "Oh," and then that's kind of, I guess, when she started to get a little more fussier, and then it just kind of progressed from there until Annabelle pretty much just fell asleep. Like I said, how I saw them, they fell asleep. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's nothing. Get back to the campsite, you know. Annabelle's still really fussy. Just not herself at all. She just wanted to be held, and even when I was holding her, she only wanted to be held a specific way. Like, she didn't want her legs to be held a certain way, or at a certain angle. Looking back now, I understand why. But at the time, I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what was going on. And I took her down to the shower house with me, so, you know, they could cook dinner, and me and, you know, Bella could kind of be out of everyone's hair for a minute or two. And so we could get our showers done for the night, so I wouldn't have to worry about it later, when she was just past tired. It was an absolute nightmare. She only wanted me to hold her, and I got the big shower stall, because it had a chair, like, you know, just a little pop-up kind of L-shaped seat, for, like, people that have disabilities or need help sitting up or something like that, or can't stand for long periods of time. But I got that one just so I could sit Annabelle down there, and she could, like, be a little more comfortable, and I could get my cleaning done, I could get her done, you know, all nice, and cleaned. So after that was done, like I said, it was miserable. She cried the entire time. She wanted me to hold her the entire time. She was covered in soap. I was covered in soap. I was like, there wasn't really anything I could do. I did not have my phone on me, so I couldn't, like, call Dakota or one of the other, like, girls or something there, because there was a whole, like I said, we were there with, like, 16 people in total. Like, family friends, cousins, all of that. I had no way to call anyone, and I was naked, you know, covered in soap, showering in the shower house. I wish I would have brought my phone so I would have been able to call someone and be like, could you come down here and help me with Annabelle, or, you know, something like that, you know what I mean. When I got back to the campsite, though, after I finally kind of got Annabelle figured out a bit, where I could at least, you know, dry her down after rinsing the soap off her and rinsing the soap off of myself, we walked back up to the campsite, and she did not want to play. She did not want to, like, she barely wanted to eat, nothing. She didn't want to stand. She didn't want to crawl. She didn't want to be sit down. She wanted someone to be holding her while they were standing up. I mean, that was the only thing that would calm her down, is if she was in my arms. Like, nobody else could hold her. And to me, that was really weird, just because there was lots of her cousins there, lots of them. And the 2 nights before that, the 2 days before that, she was just constantly playing and running around with these kids. Like, we could not get her to stop. So that definitely wasn't normal. But we figured, you know, if anything, maybe she just, like, bruised her ankle really bad when she slipped off of that cement padding. And I knew how big the drop was from the day before that we were there swimming. I knew kind of how the cement platform was and how the drop was off of it. Well, either way, we got her to sleep. It was a very rough night for her and for me. I was waking up, like, every so often to check on her to make sure she was okay. So was Dakota, and, you know, the next morning came. Still did not want to put any pressure whatsoever on her left leg. So we decided, okay, we're going to take her to the emergency room. We tried to take her to urgent care, but because we have, because of how our insurance was, they didn't want to accept us, which was fine. We just went to the emergency room. So we get there, fill out all of our paperwork. I'm, like, all shaky and nervous. Hospitals just kind of make me that way. And, you know, especially when my baby girl is hurting this way, and to the point where we have to take her to an emergency room, it's kind of scary. I mean, we're out of state. It totally new. Nothing we're familiar with. So You know, we get there, they do, I mean, we got in and out pretty quickly, I'd say. We got back into the room at a pretty quick pace. They took her vitals and everything. They physically observed her leg and noticed that there was some swelling around her tibia area. They went ahead and did x-rays. Sorry, Annabelle woke up. She heard me talking. I woke her up. But, no, the nurse had came in, said that, yeah, she has a pretty clean fracture. So, that took us by shock. We weren't expecting that at all. You know, she gave us the copies of the x-rays on a little disc, so we couldn't really view them there for ourselves. And they ended up splinting up the leg from the knee down. And the nurses were really nice about it. They gave us pretty good instructions. They sent in the referral for Annabelle's orthopedics, or at least they sent it to her doctor, and her pediatrician set that up for the orthopedics. You know, and when we got back to the campsite, I had my laptop on, so I was able to pull up photos of her x-rays, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little photo. Like, you can definitely see there's a pretty large fracture. It's crazy to me. So pretty much what she has is a non-displaced twist fracture. It just took us by shock. We were not expecting this at all. We thought maybe, if anything, there was like some sort of sprain in her ankle or foot. We weren't expecting a fractured tibia. 2 days after the hospital visit, we got the call from her orthopedic saying that they had an appointment the following day. And of course, we were like, let's go and get this done pronto. So we went back to Kansas for her orthopedic appointment. You know, we woke up at a really good time the day of her orthopedic appointment. I think it was like Thursday. We went back on Wednesday to Kansas on Wednesday. And her orthopedic appointment was on Thursday. And that's when they gave her her cast. And they explained to us more about the non-displaced twist fracture, saying that she should heal pretty fast, and she only has to have the cast on for 4 weeks. So we go back August 30th to have more x-rays done and kind of just go from there. I'm gonna post a photo of her cast. Her cast covers pretty much her entire leg. She cannot bend her leg. It's like maybe an inch from her hip, and she can't bend her leg. She didn't really have too many issues adjusting to the cast. It took her 3 days, and she was walking, and now it doesn't slow her down whatsoever. I mean, like I said, we're going back on the 30th to have more x-rays done, and yeah, give me a kiss. Depending on how the x-rays go, she will probably get a shorter cast, probably below the knee. Hi. Probably below the knee, or she would get like some sort of support boot or brace, that would be the best case scenario. That means her leg's healing a lot faster. The cast hasn't really slowed her down. She doesn't really have any pain. We were giving her Tylenol, Motrin. For about a week, we were giving her doses of Tylenol, Motrin when needed, which was pretty much the whole day, like a whole day, just so she would be comfortable. Now, we don't give her any medicine. She doesn't need it. She's not in pain. The swelling is not there anymore, which is great. That's great, because her poor little leg was just looked... Yes, it's good job. The cast doesn't slow her down at all. We went to the park today, actually, for a little family get-together, and she was walking, she was like trying to go up the slides, like walking up the little slides, She wanted so bad to walk on the steps. She was running all over the place, going down slides. Like, we could not stop her. We could not slow her down. So the cast definitely hasn't really been a big issue for us. It hasn't slowed her down at all, really. I'm going to just go ahead and post photos of the x-rays and more photos of her in the cast at the end of the video, in case, you know, just to recap, you know. So she's doing much, much, much better. She does not let this cast get to her, and we've been staying very positive about it and about her situation. And it's always sad when your child gets hurt. You know, it's just, she's our baby, and as much as you want to protect him, things happen, and she's very accident prone, like me and her father. We are both extremely accident prone. And you inherited that, didn't you?
I did.
Uh-oh. Alright, well... Yeah. Well, I think this is where we're going to go ahead and close this video. Go ahead and like this video, guys. Comment down below. Give us stories of your own if you have a child or children that have had broken bones or had to have an ER visit or something like that. Words of wisdom, prayers, yeah. Go ahead and subscribe to us. I mean, we're going to have a whole bunch of new content coming out soon. I am going to be starting school, and I definitely want to document that, and just so I can look back at it and be like, this is what you should have done differently. But...
Alright,
Alright, Belle, say bye!
Bye!